Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Good,
So
good.
this is you and I talking about
know.
mental health, kids' mental health.
We're here talking about this important topic that we're both so passionate about.
So it'd probably be a good idea for people to know who they're listening
That might be good.
Do you want to go first?
Let's introduce ourselves. So I'm Shelley Smith and I'm a psychotherapist and founder of Sunrise Wellbeing. And we've known each other for a while
Oh
now.
gosh, for
Can't
ages.
for ages. And we've supported each other through various things. And so that brings us here together to do something finally.
Finally.
I know, something we've been talking about for so long.
I know, we're saying we really need to do this. We really need to do it. And
I
then
know.
here we are. And I'm Dr. Mish, Seabrooke, and I'm a psychotherapist like Shelley, coach. One of the things that was really important for me and you was to start talking about how we can help parents.
Yeah.
So, why are we here? What
What
are we doing
so
here?
what do we hear of every day, every week? Well, we hear of people's struggles, don't we?
Yeah.
Parent carer struggles where they might be reaching out to us for support for their children, whether they are at primary school, teenagers, no matter what age really, that as parents, carers, we just want the best, don't we? And we want to know how to support them. And sometimes that's a difficulty that we don't know what to do. We don't know what to say. We don't know how to feel. And we just know that we don't want them to be in pain and distress. So that kind of brought us to thinking, well, let's create some podcasts and workshops around supporting parents and carers with those topics.
Yeah, and I think for both you and I, we spoke about this so often that over the years that there's been such a need for parents to suddenly understand their kids' mental health. And I don't remember there being, this is how you do it. This is how you support your kid through their mental health issue. No. There's just, even though there seems to be loads of information out there, I constantly get people asking, what do I do about this? Have you got any advice for this? How do I find help for this? And in the work you and I do, we just see it all the time, and we just want to.
We do, and that's the thing. There is no rule book, is there? There's no kind of right or wrong way, and we're just trying to navigate the world, aren't we? And parenting and juggling and working and things like that. So there can be a lot of information out there, but that in itself can be quite overwhelming sometimes, can't it?
Yeah, and I think the thing that was important for us, not just as therapists, but as parents. So we're kind of coming at this with that double whammy of experience.
Absolutely.
So we know what it's like getting all the kind of technical questions, really, or the what do I do? How do I help? How do I understand? How do I support? That kind of professionalism, I suppose. Yeah. But also just as parents who
exactly.
You know, we've got kids, we've faced the same stuff that other parents face. Yeah. And I think it's really been important for us to go, we don't get it right.
No, absolutely. And that's something we have to normalise, that even if you know all this stuff and you can support parents and families with, you know, what about saying this? What about this strategy? We don't always get it right. And, you know, we are human. Yeah. And we lose our patience sometimes and we might say the wrong thing, but having those open conversations and having that space to say, I didn't get it right, you know, let's try and work together. But that's in itself quite difficult as well, isn't it? So
yeah, to admit as a parent that you need someone else's help with it is a big deal. So the thing that we wanted to focus on for this one was all around kind of anxiety and what do you do to help understand and support your kid with anxiety? It seemed to us that it happens whatever age. We're getting people asking us for advice and support for all ages of children. And first of all, like you're saying about normalising it, it's really just saying being anxious is a normal emotion.
Yeah, and we get so many people coming to us saying, you know, I wish I could get my child back to be the happy child they were. I wish I could remove this anxiety. I want you to take it away. But even just having that open conversation to say anxiety is a normal emotion, it's there to protect us. You know, it is part of our survival mechanism and we can't take it away. And I always say to people, you know, if we did take it away and there was danger or any fire, you would just sit there.
Yes.
You know, you wouldn't move. We need it. We need it to keep us safe. But sometimes it gets a bit bossy, doesn't it? And it tries to boss us around.
Yeah, yeah. And that's when all your kind of strategies and techniques come in.
Yeah.
And the thing about anxiety being a normal emotion is everyone will feel it. And there seems to be a bit of a, I don't know if it's a trend or a notion that people have around, I only want to feel happiness and contentment and joy. And actually, all the other stuff is totally normal to feel. So it's kind of knowing, I think as parents, it's kind of knowing, when does anxiety for your kid tip into something that's really unhelpful?
Yeah.
Like what are the signs going to be? How do you make the difference between someone who's a little bit worried about something and that worry being completely normal to the situation they're facing, and anxiety that tips into something that's literally affecting their everyday? And that can be the difference.
Yeah, that's a huge difference, isn't it? Because we know everyone can have the anxiety, but if it's stopping you from going to school, if it's meaning that you can't stay within the classroom, you're stopping doing the things you enjoy, you know, it might be having an impact on parents not being able to work, then that becomes a massive problem, doesn't it, within the family? So it's trying to recognise those signs as early as possible. But having a toolkit, you know, we talk about building an emotional toolkit for the child, but also for yourself as a parent, because we need to have those strategies. We need to remember to breathe. We need to remember to pause, you know, and again, we don't always do that, but having that reminder is a good thing.
What do you think as a parent therapist? What's worked for you?
Well, I think just remembering to pause and remembering to maybe just try and regulate your own emotions, which is hard. You know, even recognising that your emotions are there, because I know, like I said, don't always get it right as a parent therapist. And
is this a whole new phrase?
This is a new title. I'm liking this title. And sometimes, you know, inside it's triggering my own anxiety. So I'm in that chaotic fog of whose anxiety is it? Is it theirs? Is it mine? Is it to do with something that happened yesterday? So I think just remembering just to try and stay grounded, try and stay as present as possible, and just to kind of focus on supporting them, but not necessarily having all the answers. So just allowing them to be seen, to be heard. Because again, as parents, we want to fix it, don't we? We want to take away the thing that's causing them pain. Like you said, there's this kind of notion of it's okay to be happy, it's okay to be joyful and excited, but we don't want to see people be sad. We don't want to see people be angry.
Yeah.
Because that makes us feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's okay for us to feel those things, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think one of the trickiest things is to not over reassure with anxiety. I think that's something that I see a lot.
Huge.
And I see, and you know, and again, coming at it from those two hats, wearing parent and therapist hat. As a parent, you do have this idea of, I want my child to be happy. So if you see them in a state of worry, anxiety, you immediately want to go, it will be okay.
Of course.
It will be all right. You've got this, or don't worry about it. It will be. And the worst thing is to say, don't worry, because your child's already worrying. They're already there.
Exactly. And what we know about anxiety is there's no reassurance that's ever going to be enough for anxiety. So before you know it, you're in a cycle.
Yes.
You're reassuring, it's not really helping. You're thinking, I'm trying to reassure, but it's not helping. So it's just trying to listen, isn't it? Like we said, allowing people to feel heard. But we don't want to take away the worry or the symptom of what's happening. We want to just try and work together to understand it a bit more, and then to use the things in the toolkit to manage it so that the anxiety is not controlling us as much.
Yeah. I used to talk a lot about anxiety is something that likes to be fed.
It does.
So the more you feed it, the bigger it gets.
It does.
The more attention you give it, the bigger it gets.
Yeah.
The more actually you reassure, the bigger it's going to get. And for me, that is the hardest thing to help parents understand. Reassurance will literally keep you in that loop that you started talking about. It will just keep you in the anxiety reassuring. And then what that ends up teaching the child is that they don't develop their own ability to regulate how they feel. they just don't end up having that skill.
No.
And the problem is that you come at it as a parent with the biggest heart, don't you?
Of course you do. You just want to help. And like we said, even knowing this stuff, sometimes we find ourselves in that.
Totally.
But that's the thing, isn't it? It's trying to not give that anxiety as much attention so it gets, hopefully, reduces and reduces.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes it's just trying to, whether it's holding their hands or just sitting with them and just saying, right, let's just pause. Let's just breathe.
Yeah.
Let's just, bring in the attention of the anxiety. If you imagine it's there, you want to ignore it. You want to bring the attention back.
Yeah.
That's why distraction and grounding and things like that can just help you to just, okay. Because the body's got to settle, hasn't it? The body, if it's in that anxious state, is not, you're not going to be able to think straight. You're not going to be able to even breathe in that natural way. So just kind of settling everything, I think, can be really helpful.
Yeah, and it's often really useful to understand that in a kind of a term around kind of computers, I suppose, that your thinking brain can feel like it goes offline when you're in that panic and anxiety state. And the idea that you can get logic and reassurance to get out of that state, it just doesn't work.
No.
So when the first thing really is to, like you say, get the body to calm down. And we're not going to calm down by someone telling you to calm down.
Exactly. We've all been there. We're saying, calm down. And you're thinking they can't calm down because they can't hear me.
Yeah. It's just not getting in, because the thinking bit of their brain is like, what? It's just going.
It's a big alarm, isn't it? The alarm's going off. It's loud.
Yeah. So it's like, have a moment.
Yeah.
Breathe.
Yeah.
But then sometimes also what I've found is it's so difficult to know which strategies work for which person, because for some people, focusing on their breathing is really unhelpful.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they've got to take their attention outward. So one of the things I found really useful to encourage parents to do is to get the child to start looking at what's out there. What can they see?
Yep.
Name things in the room that are yellow. Count how many lights there are in the room. Count, anything that you can do to get their attention almost away from the body so they can feel really present.
100%, because you've got to tap into your senses, and we've all got kind of the most powerful sense is individual, isn't it? So for one person it might be the breath, for another person it might be what you can see, for another person it might be touch or what they can feel. So that's why sometimes, something tangible that you can use. It could be that somebody prefers a hug. Sometimes people don't want a hug. It's trying to practice, isn't it? And say, well, what will help? What doesn't help? And it is about trying to build that toolkit, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the difficulty, because a lot of people, we want one solution. We want to go, this is the solution to this thing.
Yeah.
How do I cure, or how do I manage this situation? And they want, you do it by doing this one thing. And that's just not ever the case. Well, that's not in my experience anyway.
No.
Over all these years, I've kind of gone, there's never one way. And for every single person, there's going to be different things that person needs. Yeah. So I think part of helping and understanding what your child is going through is working out what is it that they need as an individual, and it's not going to be what I need as a parent.
No.
So they're going to be totally different.
And you might need something in that moment to do yourself at the same time as trying to support them to practice whatever it is that's working for them individually.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, you might be trying to get shoes on to get out of the house. Or you might have somebody else that needs something from you.
Yeah.
So, trying to juggle all that in itself is quite, anxiety provoking, but you're trying to just practice those things as much as possible, and just having those open conversations, and especially once, if you felt really overwhelmed and everything's calmed down, it's trying to then have that reconnection, isn't it? Have those conversations to say, that was really difficult for you. I'm here. What helped? What did I do that helped? What did I do that made it worse?
Yes.
It's okay to ask that question.
Yeah, because as a parent, you're not going to have all the answers.
Exactly. And we make mistakes.
Yeah. Human.
Yeah, we're human. We don't, like we say, we don't have a handbook.
Yeah. And the funny thing is as therapists, you'd think we have the handbook.
Yeah, you would. We read a lot of books. We do a lot of research.
Yeah. You think, I have the handbook for anxiety. It's this. Well, it's not, because each person will have their own handbook,
Yeah.
and you won't know what's in that handbook,
No.
and they might not know what's in that handbook either.
I
So
know.
you're both going to have to try and work that out.
Yeah.
Also, like you say, while trying to get out the door for school.
And manage all the other things.
Yeah. So in terms of anxiety, how it shows itself, in my experience, it can be every single which way it will come out.
Oh my, yeah. Could be all sorts, couldn't it?
Yeah.
This
is why it's so difficult.
Exactly. Different situations, different people. It can present itself through fast breath, fast heart rate, physically looking like you're having a bit of a panic attack. But it might not be that.
Yes.
It might not be that at all. It could be sadness. It could be anger. It could be coming out in behavioural things. You know, you might see a sudden change in the way someone's behaving, and actually it comes across like, why they're doing this? They're doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
This is disrespectful. But actually, beneath it, there's probably something that's made that child or that parent anxious.
Yeah.
A bit overwhelmed, stressed.
Yeah, they could want to avoid things.
Yeah.
And I always think the thing for particularly young children seems to be tummy ache.
Yeah.
I've got tummy ache.
Feeling sick.
Yeah.
Tummy ache.
Yeah.
Headaches.
Yeah. So it's all of those and more. And that's the thing. Every person is going to have their own version of how anxiety will show itself. Everyone's going to have their own version of how to deal with it. So encouraging parents to be a bit detective-like and being open is key.
Yeah, we use that quite a lot in the therapy room, actually, being a detective. You know, it's like having a magnifying glass and looking into it and exploring it, being curious. And sometimes for children and adults, you know, we might know we're anxious, we might know we're sad or we feel stressed, but we don't actually know why.
Yes.
And sometimes I think it's just accepting, I don't know why.
Yep.
I'm not going to give it loads of attention to try and work out why, but I'm just going to try and accept that I'm feeling like this, validate it, and try and just distract or let that feeling go.
Yeah, yeah. And I think one of the key things to kind of start you off is planning for feeling anxious when you're not feeling anxious.
That's so important, isn't it? We say this all the time.
All the time.
Practice this when you're calm.
Yes.
Practice this when you're going for a walk, when you're washing up, when you're, you know, having those conversations. Because if we wait until we're at a 10, we're going to not be able to think straight.
Yeah.
We can't put those things in place, can we, as much? So
yeah, I kind of work on the thing of going, let's be a detective, be scientific about this, try all of these things, see what works for you, and then pick your top 5.
Yeah.
Write it down in your phone, particularly for older kids and for parents. You know, write what works for your child down in your phone so that you're not panicking whilst they're feeling anxious because you're going, oh, I can't remember, I don't know what to do. Yeah. So you've got it as well. And like you said, it can be sensory things, it can be distraction, it can be a physical thing, there can be something to soothe. Yeah. 1,000,001,
so
isn't there? So
many different things. And then as well, when you were talking about, you know, not giving it as much attention, sometimes it's just trying to say to yourself, well, what would I do if I wasn't thinking this? What would I do if I wasn't feeling anxious? Well, I'd put my feet on the floor, I'd stand up and I'd go. Yes. Because then sometimes that in itself can be a strategy. Yeah, yeah. You know, just do it, get up and do it, and then you're getting more and more evidence. I survived. Yes. It wasn't that bad. I coped. Yeah, but the anxiety little gremlin wants you to feel like you can't cope. Does. Oh, it loves it. Well, that's the big message, isn't it? You're rubbish, you're not good enough, you're not going to be able to do this. Why are you bothering? Yeah, it's what a bully. It is a bully. Yeah. Yeah, and so you do, the thing about having a bully is sometimes you've got to ignore them. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to stand up to it. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to find another strategy for dealing with it. Yeah. And so, yeah, the bully needs to like back off. Yeah. Yeah. So... And that's why it's strange, because it's a bully that's actually keeping you alive. Yes. So it's trying to understand that, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So really it's about proportion. Is this something that is affecting my everyday? That's what I think starts becoming problematic about anxiety. Does it? Yeah. Is it an everyday thing? Or is it like it's okay to feel worried or anxious about your exams? That makes perfect sense. And that's sometimes the question is, it's like how I'm feeling, is it matching what I'm going through? Well, often when people reach out to us again, they might think, well, I don't want them to feel anxious. But when they tell you what they're going through, well, it's absolutely understandable that you're feeling anxious because, you're going through a bit of a difficult, stressful time at the moment.
Yeah, why would you not be feeling
Yeah.
anxious?
Yeah.
And sometimes the moment you say that's totally normal,
Yeah.
people are like, wow, is it?
It's like
Yes.
a weight's been lifted. And, you know, when you can explain what anxiety is and people think, oh, I didn't realise. I thought it was something that was bad if you had it. You know, well, they have anxiety, but they don't have anxiety. Well, we know that everyone has it.
Yes.
Everyone feels happy. Everyone feels sad sometimes. Everyone feels anxious sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just, first of all, normalising it.
Yeah.
Finding out what works for you individually. And please practice it.
Yeah.
When you're not feeling
Yes.
anxious.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, then there's lots of other things to try.
Yeah, try it again.
Yeah, if it worked last week and it doesn't work today, that's okay as well.
Yeah. It's almost like you need your whole encyclopedia of this might work.
Yeah.
And just keep going through them.
Yeah. And sometimes just taking a second just to maybe just pause again, remove yourself from the situation, I think can be helpful sometimes.
Yeah.
Just for a minute.
Yeah.
Catch your breath. Go back.
Yeah. God, I feel like we've crammed in loads.
We have.
We've been like,
We're
this
so,
thing,
we're
and
so
this thing,
passionate
and
about
this thing.
this. It's all important stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
If only
is.
I'd have known this before.
Oh, I tell you what. Yeah. And this is it. You know, you don't have to wait so long to get the support and help that you need, but it's where to find it.
It
so
is.
if we can help with that, that's
definitely. It's having
that's one
that team,
thing.
isn't it?
Totally. Right. So brew.
Yes. Lovely. Nice cup of tea.